everyone, I'm here with a much delayed video. Back in, I think it was May, goodness, it may have been April, may have been June, kind of a fog, I said I would do a video about how I make some of my hat stands. Now, original hat stands can be kind of pricey, and that's because they're hard to come by, and some of them are absolutely fabulous. So it's nice to be able to make a hat stand or a bonnet stand at an affordable price. And I have a couple suggestions for you for this. Now, this is going to be a hat stand that you can either go to some of your local stores for, or do a little yard sale scrounging, which happens to be my favorite. Now, let's start with an original. It's going to be a little hard to show you on camera, so I'll be sure to give you a photograph of this over on my blog, which is going to be where most of the photo information for this video is going to be, because it's September already, and I'm 3-4 months behind where I should be. School starts tomorrow. This is going to be quick and easy. All right, so over on the blog will be the photo of this. This is one of 3 in a set, and they're original hat stands that a friend found for me. Let's start with the base here. It's a nice, heavy, solid, round wooden base. It's a beautiful turned spindle, and then a wooden top. This is essentially what we're going to do. We're going to have a base, a spindle, and a top. So let's set this aside. Hello, Miss Clara. Are you coming to help us? Some of you'll notice Miss Clara has been on a diet. This diet has been productive. The trick? Pumpkin. Well, it's actually a combination of pumpkin and wet food. Because last time we tried dry food, it cost us $2,000. Anyway, back to our plan. So, normally what I like to do to create my hat stands is the yard sale route. And I love to scrounge for the backs of chairs or other spindles to use. Honey, we gotta talk on the video now. Thank you. This time around, I actually went to my local Lowe's. When I say local, it's a ways. And I picked up a banister rail. Now, this banister rail actually had a little more length to it. Let's show it to you this way. Ta-da! And I had one of the attendants, clerks, cut this top part off for me, okay? Let's just say it didn't go as expected, because this may have gone flying, and there was noise and shattering, and I was just thankful that he cut it for me, because I would not have dealt with that well at home at all. And there's a little splintering on this, so it's going to take some TLC at the end. So this piece here cost $9.20. So I can tell you, this is going to probably be the most expensive hat stand I've made yet. Almost every other spindle, so the pieces from a chair or a table that I have used, have either been free, because they're from broken pieces, or like $1 a piece at yard sales, estate sales, that sort of thing. So $9.20. I'll give you a photo of that over on the blog. Next, I went over to Joann's, and I bought a base and a top. All right, these are simply the plaques over in their wood department. This actually says Park Lane Wood Recipe Holder on the back. All right, what's this one say? This one just says Park Lane Wood Plaque. Now, I paid 99 cents for the round, and that's a 4x4 round. You could go 4x4, 3x3, somewhere in that ballpark. The rectangle is a 5x7. I paid $2.29, and of course tax on everything. This, I would recommend either going with the rectangular or the oval. And nifty thing is you can stack these. I did that on one. I had a larger and then a slightly smaller one on top. So if you imagine this being, you know, 2 circles, 2 ovals, 2 rectangles, you'll get that kind of look. Okay. You're also going to need 2 screws, preferably wood screws, with flat heads, okay? And they can be either type of Phillips or flathead. I hope I said that right. You're also going to need your drill. I recommend a screwdriver. Because of 2 boo-boos on here, I did pull out a little bit of glue. I might need wood putty. You probably don't need wood putty. I'd actually bought the wood putty for something else. And chances are you're going to want paint or stain. And that's on your own, okay? That's separate. So, $9.20, $2.29, 99 cents. Honestly, I had these in the stash. I think, depending on where you are, 10 to 20 cents a piece, okay? I'll do a total over on the blog. But any which way, you can definitely do one of these for $10 to $15 comfortably. All right, so what I did before we got going, I did the drilling, so we didn't have to do that on camera. You're going to do 2 holes on your dowel, and you're going to do a hole in each of your wooden pieces, okay? So I drilled a hole here in the very top of my dowel. And I keep saying dowel. I should pause. Another option is a dowel, cut to the length that you want. And then yet another option I'm considering trying are actually some of those tall wooden craft candlesticks. I have some bookmarked, and I might give those a go sometime. So spindle, legs, back pieces on a chair, dowel. I'm going to go with 3/4 of an inch to an inch in thickness. Candlesticks. So 4 different options. I'll put that over in the blog. Doing a hole in the top and a hole in the bottom. Now you're going to go, that hole looks bigger. This is one of my oopses. I did not realize that this came with a hole. So if you are at your hardware store and getting a spindle that is a railing for steers, be aware of this hole in the bottom. Either you're going to need to cut that off or fill that. I'm going to glue, okay? Glue in this case can be our friend. All right, so those 2 holes. Now I want you to put a hole, okay, in the center of your wooden plaque. The bottom wooden plaque and the top wooden plaque. Now, very important, do not do this on the surface of anything important. Put some additional piece of scrap wood underneath this. Or if you really have to, I want you to put the top one face up, the bottom one face down, so as you go through, you're not going to splinter, and you'll catch this before you hit anything else. I also highly recommend doing this before you're doing your vacuuming for the day. I may have oopsed there today. All right, so those are our 4 holes. All good. Put this aside. Should back up a moment. Make sure you kind of match these up. I'll completely be honest, I guesstimated today. We'll see how it goes. Like I said, we're totally winging it. And yes, this is how I make things. It is totally my dad's fault. All right, so we're gonna start with the top pieces. I actually, I have 3 of these because I need to replace these. This is a bit of a learning curve for me. When I first started making these, I was like, oh, I could use foam for the top. And I tried that for a few years. I'm not gonna recommend it for a couple reasons. 1, it's gonna fall apart. 2, foam does nasty, nasty things to hats and bonnets, whether it's a reproduction or an original. I highly discourage the use of foam and even those foam heads. I once had a foam head that I covered with a linen handkerchief or napkin, I actually can't remember which. It was on there, tied on, cute ribbon, adorable. I don't know, 1 year, 2 years. it turned the white linen yellow, which tells me a lot about what's coming out of that foam. I don't want that happening to my hat or a bonnet. So, wooden piece, screw, in the top. Now, of course, you're probably going to want to use a bit of sandpaper as needed. We're just going to screw, turn and turn and turn. You can sing if you want. I won't sing. You don't want me to sing. All right, once I see it coming through, then I'm going to line this up with the hole I drilled on the top. Okay, it's kind of fun to do this on camera, let me tell you. We're going to tighten this down. If you're unsure of your skill with tools, go ahead and add a little bit of glue to the top of your spindle. Wood glue, Elmer's glue. I grabbed the 6000. And when you get kind of tight, you're going to want to hold that with your fingers, okay? Otherwise, it's going to spin. You're going to try to get this down as far as possible. Okay. I can tell you, it's not going. Mine's not going to go all the way down. While I'm on camera, and realizing I never took the sticker off. Let's back that up. Swing! It spins. So, do as I say, don't do as I do. Remember to take those stickers off. I'm going to come back through and cover my tops and paint them so you don't have to worry about the residue so bad. But if you're going to be staining this, make sure you get the sticker entirely off. Which I'm now learning. It's not going to come off very easily. Okay. Again, do as I say, don't do as I do. Get this sticker off. I'm going to put this back on. Tighten everybody down. Okay. Now this is the one where I'm going to have a problem. So I'm going to show you. And then I'm going to have to make some tweaks later with my handy dandy glue. So balance that there. So I put the screw in the bottom. Sorry, a little off camera here. Kind of hard to hold these, let me tell you. All right, here we go. Again, remove the sticker from the bottom. Do as I say, don't do as I do. All right. And my coworkers would remind me to tell you to put your safety glasses on before using your power tools. Yeah. I'm not sure what mine are. I'm a bad student. Alright, you can see my screw is actually coming all the way through there. Let's see how much I can tighten this down. This is the very important one for getting as flush or even set a little in on the bottom, so you don't accidentally scrape whatever you're setting this on. Now, if you try as you might to get this set in, and you can't get it, what I'm going to tell you to do is actually put a piece of felt on your whole bottom. As we know, my hands get a little tired, so I'm actually not going to get that all the way in. Okay, we're going to pretend I'm screwing this into the bottom. Again, I have to glue it. So your base is going to look like this. Okay? your top is going to look like that. Now let's go back and talk about the top here. You can either leave your top plain. Again, if you get this flush, set it in a little further, fill it with putty so it's pretty, and then stain it. Or you can take some cotton batting. I'm going to cut it in a circle about 1 to 2 inches. I'm going to say 2 inches larger than this circle, okay? And I did not bring my scissors around. All right, cut your circle. You might want to. Okay. I'm just going to show you how to do this. And you're going to wrap it around your top, okay? And really gather that in on the underside, and then cover it with another piece of fabric. Okay. And that is basically it. I obviously have some to do with mine. As I said, I would anticipate needing the glue and stuff, and I'll finish up the top and add some photos. My goal is to have this all together before school starts in the morning. We'll see. Basically, how I do an inexpensive hat stand, and it becomes pretty functional. Oh, paint. So over in the Joann's Craft department, you know those little acrylics? Those work nicely. Or when you're picking out your spool over at Lowe's, check in the paint department. Sometimes they have oopses in the sample size, so about yay tall, 2.5 inches in diameter, that might be appropriate colors. I particularly like colors that I've seen on historic items before, and something that's bright. I've been doing a pink and a blue. The blue is actually from one of the buildings in the historic village, and the pink actually comes from one of the wallpapers in the historic village. And then I'm playing with a green that comes from the insurance office that I tend to interpret in. So those are the colors I like to use. All right, so here's my quick and dirty video. Hope you enjoy. Send me some questions because I'm sure I missed a few points, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye.